Okay.
Hoor je me? Okay.
Well, good afternoon everybody. Welcome here at the Rotterdam Open 2017 in this last 20 second match.
Last 32 is it?
Yeah, last 32. In the commentary box it's my friend Ayas Arabi.
Yes. Good afternoon guys. So yours, it's been a while, huh?
Yeah,
especially in English.
Yeah.
So what do you make of this matchup? Remaining title defender and Nick van den Berg.
Yes, one of the greatest matches of the day might be. So the match has recently started.
Yeah.
Still on the first frame, and well, quite a challenge here for Nick.
Yep. Let me ask you this: what would your opinion be on the key factor in this match?
Well, from this point on, it will be single knockout. So, and as you already mentioned, Ivo is the title defender, and Nick, of course, is a fantastic world-class player.
Yep. Currently leading the European Mosconi ranking, so that should show his form recently.
Yeah. So they're both favored for the title, I think.
Yep. I definitely agree with that. However, Nick has played on this table, and I think it was the first match of today. He played against Alex Montpellier. Alex, another fantastic player, obviously from France, but Nick didn't have a wonderful time there.
No, he lost 7-2, was it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he had a few bad rolls, but
Okay.
obviously you can't lose a match 7-2 just by 2 bad rolls.
No.
So yeah, he needs to improve on that last performance on the table.
Wow, that was an unexpected miss by Ivo.
Yeah,
Just overcut it.
I'm a bit surprised he went across the table to take the 7 into the middle. I thought he'd just drop it in and put
Yeah,
the 7
I
in the
do know
corner.
from the previous matches that this table runs pretty quick,
Yeah,
so it's quite difficult to hold. That's why I think, and Ivo doesn't really like rolling.
yeah, that's true. Well, I suppose on this table, under the circumstances and the humidity right here, right now, I think you'd like to take that opportunity out of the equation to
No,
roll
indeed,
it.
and that's why I do think that Nick is going for a free rail kick shot around the 9.
Yeah,
So draw it around the 9 to shoot the 7 in the side next to the. Ooh, also.
he's had a result there. I mean,
Yeah.
didn't see that one coming, but it's
No.
not left anything easy.
Got lucky there.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he's not in trouble after this shot, because Ivo's got the angle to send the 5 behind the high behind the 7, 8 and the 9. Hold the cue ball here. That's what he's attempted. How's his pace?
I think he left the gap there. Yeah,
I see.
you can
Yeah.
see this one. So, 2 nervy mistakes in the first frame.
Yeah, well, I suppose for both of them, it's handy that until this point nobody has really punished the mistakes. So you can quickly forget about them. If as soon as you make a silly mistake, the opponent runs out and then he plays a break and run.
Yeah.
It sticks in your mind, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So the Rotterdam Open in pool hall Thurston in Rotterdam. Great safety. First prize is 1,250 euros, isn't it?
I have to be honest, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, you're attending too. Are you still in there?
Nope.
You
That's
just
why I'm
out?
here.
Ah, too bad, mate.
Yeah, no worries. I think I played well today, and the last match that I lost, I wasn't sharp enough, so
Was
no hard
against
feelings.
Cyril?
Cyril Ledoux, yeah,
Yeah.
very talented player.
So,
Ivo
was
attempting the jump. It's one thing I was already concerned about, even if he would have made the 5. It's a bit of a gamble how to play position on the 7. This should be over now.
Yeah, this is a great start for Nick. This easy 5 and the easy position on the 7.
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
So again, from this point on, it's single knockout. Currently in the last 32 stage.
Another shot where he could have just used one cushion, but he preferred to take a couple of cushions just to make sure he's got a good cue ball. As he pots the 9.
Yes, that secures the first frame.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to find the break the quickest, because we both know these two players are very capable of keep breaking a run throughout the whole match. So it's interesting to see who's going to find a good break and from which side of the table.
Yeah, well, one thing I can tell you is where Ivo is placing the ball actually right now. The organization put a sticker on the cloth
Yeah.
because there's a little dent there.
Yeah.
And because of the dent, the white ball jumps up.
Yeah, yeah.
In this case, it stayed down. In the former match by Sabo Honfi, you could really see all the time
Yeah, I
white
think
jumping up.
he once hit the lamp as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With 20 miles an hour, you hit the lamp.
Yeah.
So that's why they put a sticker on it to avoid that again. I'm curious to see if they are still breaking from the sticker or if that they move a little aside.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying
Well,
to
I
find
was
position behind the 7 here.
where's the cue ball?
Where is it? No, he just left it.
Yeah, he's left it. Yeah, you could say it's a bit unlucky because he tried to hide it on a very difficult spot, and wasn't it for that little contact, it would have been perfect. As it is now, he's got the angle to go towards the side rail and have a shot on the 2. 5 is laying easy. 5 to 6 shouldn't be a problem.
The only challenge could be the 7 to
Yeah.
10, but that's
the 5 to 6
quite-
is easy, so I
so you can secure your position on the 7.
yeah,
It's
one
an
good
easy
angle.
free rail around
Yeah.
the 9 ball.
You could say this is the key shot
Yeah,
already.
indeed. Let's see how this one rolls in.
Oh, he's going for the top spin, so he's trying to roll it in.
Yeah, perfect.
That's a great shot. Like how he didn't pull his cue back too much, but yet still played it positively. He didn't really pinched it. He went for the good follow through the cue ball, and that's why he got such a good reaction.
Yeah, Nick van den Berg, one of the 2 Dutch pro players.
Yep. I have to say you should count Mark Bijsterbos amongst them, because he not only was the only player this year at the European Championship who secured his A status, what we have here in Holland, where basically if you get into the semi-finals, you guarantee yourself for a year at least. Cost expense.
Yeah.
It was not. Oh, Niels also.
Yeah,
sorry,
Niels
I made a
Vey,
mistake.
of course, the other pro. And you can also say that Ivar Saris, who just had a trip to America, he's also trying to get there at the pro level. So with this angle, I expect Nick to use the rail and end up just above the 9. Perfect. Now, most probably he'll go 2 rails around. He can go straight back, but he's going back. Stay above the 9. No, around. Okay.
You see, this is what we discussed earlier. The 5 to 6 wasn't a big problem, and also one good positional shot on the 7. It should secure the rack. I'm not sure if he can. Yeah, that's the only down part of that shot, is he couldn't really avoid being close to the cushion. Should make this ball anyway, but it's a little bit more trickier if you're on the rail rather than have your hand on the table.
Yeah, but it all comes down on a good stroke and keep still, stand still. And Nick is one of the perfect guys who controls that. Yes,
Yeah.
perfect. So a
good
2-0
start.
lead now.
Yeah. You could really put the pressure on Ivo here if he can make a break and run round. Not necessarily, I don't think Ivo's the type of player who would start panicking, but obviously he will feel the heat and knows from this point on he needs to produce. And if Nick starts to find his break, then it's going to be a really tough challenge to come back.
Yeah, it's still a race to 7, so not a massive long race. And 3-0 behind, then the time is short to get that straight.
Yeah, true. Nick is going for a different type of break now.
Yeah, and he put the ball a little bit more to the center,
Yeah,
avoiding the sticker.
Yeah, he played the cut break principles.
Yeah.
It's funny because earlier on the day, I was just setting up the stuff because I had a different check-in time, and he was on the early session, and he played the first match on this table, and he was practicing, and I walked up to him and I said, well, what do you think about the break? What should you use on this table? And he went, well, there's a few breaks I would use on this table, and the one break that really worked out for him was the type of break he just put there. Exactly on that position.
Okay.
And he went, well, if I play from here, I can control the one. If I play from the side, if I nail it really hard, more balls will go in, but the downfall is I'm not sure if I get a position on the first ball. If I play from here, I'm almost always guaranteed to have a shot on the first ball. And it's funny that he immediately tried the first thing, didn't work out for him.
Yeah.
And now this is his second break, and he's directly made the decision, okay, I'm not going to stick with that.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like he's reaping the rewards, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So what would you do here?
And one rail, just a little bit back, left top.
Ideally is to be a little bit off straight, draw back across the face of the
He's taking
8.
another rail, he's taking the second rail.
Yeah.
And he felt short on this one. So I think he has got to work now to go around the 9, to shoot the 8 in the same pocket. I think that's more easy than to stun it towards the left rail and get it back. He is.
Ooh, that's way too short. That's way too short. I'm a bit surprised.
Keep on rolling, huh?
I know
it's better than expected, I think.
He had to put in some juice on the cue ball because he needed to make the angle, but I thought he'd almost guarantee himself to hit the third rail as well.
Well, if I look at the right English effect on the ball, then it wasn't maximum.
Yeah.
And he could get more speed from the side. But maybe he wasn't just too much at the right side of the ball.
This is already a very massive shot in this match, I think.
Yes, these pockets play very tight, isn't it? He made it. Well done.
And a good position on the 9. Good recovery. I mainly say that because if he would have let Ivo off the hook, he could release the pressure of himself, but now the pressure is still firmly on him.
There is a break and run, making 3-0.
Yep. If we
Can you see? Your journey begins here.
So break off by Ivo. Two balls on the break. And a shot on the 1. Choose to play defense there.
he played that a little bit too casual for me.
Yeah.
Because
But wasn't the pot on? Didn't you think you
yeah,
could
it
cut
was, but like I'm not sure about his decision of this particular safety. I mean, obviously he didn't hit it that great, but even if he would have had the full cover, I mean, it's just an easy one rail escape. Nick is not the type of player who'd fall for that, you know.
No,
I'm a
I'm
bit
also
surprised of that
surprised by
decision.
this, his decision to play safe immediately.
Yeah, the most obvious ball to hide the cue ball behind is, you'd think it's the 8, but it's a very delicate shot, you know. Come in between the 8 and the 9, avoid the side pocket, and somehow find the right line between cue ball 8 and the 1. Maybe he's going for a different shot. Yeah, try to hit it thick.
Yeah, it's a bit too soft.
Yeah, you see him point his tip of his cue. He tried to put the 1 safe rather than make sure of the cue ball, and It's a let off for Ivo from, has to be said, not a great safety, but paid dividend.
Ooh, that was a lot of body movement there. But looks like he got away with it. Only left a difficult combination.
It's a very tough shot, and it's one of those I wouldn't be even too surprised if Nick went for it. He would make it, but there's not much value in the shot, because where does the next ball come from? It's more like hitting on hope, isn't it?
No, indeed, but he has to avoid the contact there. Yeah, he played it
Oh, that's a
perfect.
nice nudge. He's trying to hit the 4 full balls to keep it there, but well, you can still see it. He can send the cue ball towards the 5. But he tried. Now he's bumped into the 5. Yeah, of the two of them, it's very clear to see that Ivo hasn't settled yet. And you mentioned earlier, it's a short race. He needs to find something from somewhere. That was a big target. Still, he left the gap.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's one of those shots when you think I'm almost guaranteed to have a good safety, and then, well, you know, you still somehow leave him a shot. Yeah, things are not going his way, Ivo. And,
But again, a very tough shot for Nick if he wants to attack here. He can only use the top right. In this case, I think the attack could be as difficult as the safety.
yeah, but that's
Of course, there's
something.
play a position above the 5 ball. He's going for that position there. Nearly scratched there
I mean,
and left it over.
yeah, he's left it on, but it's a tough shot, and Ivo hasn't found his rhythm just yet, so this is far from easy for Ivo. See, he just almost had a bash on the cue, on his cue. He's not really cueing smooth, and although maybe it doesn't look that orthodox, his technique, but if you know Ivo, he's a very solid hitter of the cue ball. He can really generate a lot of movement in a cue ball without doing that much. Right now he's a bit all over the place.
Well, he's going to roll this one in or use one cushion.
Yeah, anything but straight would be fine on this 4. That's about perfect. Needs to decide what type of angle he wants to leave on the 5. The most logical would be send the cue ball towards the middle of the table,
yeah.
go up from one rail. Yeah, a little bit straightish, but enough angle to manufacture his cue ball.
Yeah, and again, he would like to have an angle on the 6 ball, so you don't need to fall on the left side rail from this position.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
he's done exactly what you
Yeah.
said he wouldn't have preferred. Well, now
No, so he's not happy with this position. That's the best he can do. Draw it back towards the side pocket to leave yourself an angle on the 8.
here's the thing.
But,
I think to draw it a little bit more back is finer, but well, he done well there. He done well there.
Yeah, just enough to be able to work with the
Yeah.
cue ball.
Yeah, he done well. I was about to say the only part of the shot I don't like is you could draw too back and snooker yourself, but a professional like Nick knows how to judge the cue and judge that shot. Yeah. A little bit higher off the cushion than he intended to, but
Yeah, Nick is right-handed. I never seen him playing a ball with left hand. So he rather take his extension than play with left hand. Alright, 4-0 now. And also the break for Nick van den Berg. Of Nick van den Berg. So let's see what spot Nick will pick for this break. He broke from the side where the white ball is now, but a little bit closer to the side cushion. Yeah, he's picking the exact same spot. So I expect him to use a cut break again, draw the white ball to the right rail. Yep, just like that. Now how does it fall on that one?
Yeah.
That's a nice guess.
It's always the case. When you're playing well, you get that little rolls, and when you're struggling, it always works against you.
Rolls against you, yeah. Yep.
But still,
It's Murphy, yeah.
it's not directly rack in the bag here, because he needs to play a good position on the 3, and he hasn't got that much space to work his cue ball in. So
yeah, I'm really curious in what position he would prefer. What line would you play? To fall in between the 4 and the 8? Or
yeah, I think he's more or less definitely from this position he's more or less forced to play that shot. So he's trying to look like a spot in the middle of the table where he feel is more or less guaranteed.
What I do like is if the higher you go, in this case the area of position is wider. If you fall closely behind the 4 and the 8 ball, then you don't have much space or room for error.
Yeah.
The more you are away from those two balls, you have more space.
He tried. Well, good shot. You see, he looked at the 3 and the same pocket, and I think he played a two-way shot, because it looked from the previous angle he came really close to 4. So if he would have bumped into the 4, it still had a shot. That's a very clever thinking here. Once again,
it looks pretty tight to me, the 3 next to the 9.
He checked that, so I would be surprised if this doesn't go, because he looked for that spot, but the position needs to be executed well here. Pockets the 3, good angle on the 4, you can run through.
Yeah, after this shot, shoot the 7 in the same pocket as the 4.
Yep. Again, anything but straight would be sufficient. Yeah, I like that.
A little stun follow through.
A little bit thinner than he would have liked on the 7, but he's got options here. He can roll it in, pot the 8 in the opposite corner, or he can go across and pot the 8 in the middle. That's what he's chosen to. He's falling in between.
Yeah, well, he's definitely too short to go for the side, what his plan was.
Yep.
So now he only can cut this one in a corner, but that's a thin cut.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, usually if you would be practicing, you play this with check side or right English, right?
Yeah.
But that makes the pot a lot more difficult.
And especially on this table where the pockets are really strict and tight.
But if you want to have a solid strike, you can also go around the table, but the path of the cue ball is going to be more complicated, so therefore more can go wrong.
So we will play this one with right hand side English.
Yeah,
but you don't want to hit the rail? Yes, perfectly played.
It's twice he's had to play a very horrible cut back to the pocket on the 8, but so far twice he's nailed the shot. Still not out of the woods just yet.
But it would be for a second break and run in this match for Nick?
Yep. Good point. I'm trying to give an update on the other matches currently ongoing. So here it goes. Tim de Ruyter against Remy Penmelen. He's from France. Tim de Ruyter is leading 4-1. Patrick Likiao 3-1 versus Michel Drent. Jan van Lierop, a young talented player, 3-1 up against European champion 9-ball Mark Bijsterbos. Stefan de Frasnes, I don't know if I pronounced it that well, he's from Belgium. 3-3 against Jan Rempe. 4-0 OC Chan against Gregory Moulinin. Rani Mati against Ayhan Özver. There's no score update on Q-Score, so I can't give you an update on that. Tim Jonkman is currently tied against Rene Peters, 4-4. Mohsin Yagli is leading 3-0 against Hoa. Hoa is a home player. He is from this club, Thurston. And the other remaining matches aren't currently on, so that's all the updates I can give you. So there's only one match I couldn't find the score of, and that's Rani against Ayhan.
Alright, thank you, Aya. And in the meantime, again a big miss by Ivo. I do have to say that this is not an ideal position on the two ball. Cutting the two ball to the side, traveling 3 rails around and wants to fall in between the 7 and the 8 ball. Or maybe stay below the 5. That's the first miss. Where does the white ball land? Straight in between there.
It never pours when it rains, does it? It's a solid hit there from Ivo.
Yeah,
I know.
well played.
I know that Ivo is very, very good with his angles knowledge. A lot of people have said to me that most of the guys in the selection, Dutch team, are very envious of his knowledge about the angles. He's very good in those kick shots.
Yeah, I think he has watched a lot of Efren Reyes.
Yep. Pretty much the GOAT in kick shots. Or pool in general. Yeah, once again, I mean, Ivo gets a chance, but it's not straightforward. He's very close to the cue ball, cushion, so that means he can't do too much with his cue ball. It's gonna be
a little bit hidden hope, but I expect to. Yeah,
I don't think it's a hidden hope, but
okay, he's just choosing to go up and down twice.
Still needs to cue as well, because the 5 will be going to the top right, and he's nailed the shot, but
I can't imagine that he was playing for this position.
He played it that way, but if he did, then he absolutely nailed the shot. I thought he's gonna go 2 rails towards the 3rd diamond. What's he done there?
Again.
Is he on the 6?
Yep.
He is. His cue ball is not tight at the moment. He needs to improve on that. I mean, sure, this guy can pot pretty much every single shot, but you're not gonna win against Nick playing recovery shots all the time. It's just not gonna happen.
No, there you go.
And it caught up with him there.
And he leaves that quite easy for Nick.
The cushions are, they come across really bouncy to me. Like that 7, how it went to the rail, and then it came twice as much off the rail than I thought when I was looking at the 7 approach the side.
Yeah, before this match I was testing some 3 rail cushion kick shots.
Oh yeah.
I did
looked
found
like he
it
was given an exhibition there.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't really testing the cushions there.
Yeah.
And I found that it was quite bumpy, and they fell pretty short.
Yeah.
So if you want to use 3 rail kick shots, you really have to adjust it on this table.
Yep. Oh.
Nee. So Nick van den Berg breaking for
Yeah,
the
it's
might be a whitewash.
yeah,
Could be the final frame of this match.
it's definitely not the way how Ivo would have thought this match would go, but yeah, if he will look back on this match, he'll be the first to admit he didn't find his rhythm at all. And it's 6-0 down. Alternate break, like, okay, at least the pressure is off now. You don't expect to win this match anymore, but you can maybe just let your arm go and see what what the table will give you. But I don't really think he's still believes in his chances to win this match.
No, you can easily roll this in. Nice done.
And Nick is what he's been proving this season is his ability to close out matches is second to none. As soon as he smells the finishing line, he just ups his ante for some reason, and therefore there's no surprise he's he's leading the European rankings from the Mosconi.
Leaves himself a pretty long 6. Expect him to draw this again to the right hand rail.
Yeah, he's
With
queuing
a lot of bottom right hand English. Yeah, well played.
No, the pressure is off Nick as well. You can see how with ease he's playing.
Yeah, still a little bit of danger here with the 9 ball. He needs to avoid. Yeah, perfect.
It's unlucky. I mean, it's not exactly the word I'm trying to look. It's a shame that Ivo couldn't bring his game, because Ivo is way better than this, and I know for sure if he would have found his game, this would have been a real thriller.
Yeah,
but,
for sure. And for now it was a demonstration by Nick. And all the credits there for Nick. And too bad we couldn't see the abilities that Ivo has.
Yeah, pretty much from 2-0 up, his game was flawless, wasn't it?
Yeah. So this ball for the match. In a position in the last 16.
Yeah.
There it is. Congrats to Nick. And for Ivo, until next time. And we'll be back with you shortly with the next match in the last 16 round. See you in a bit.